Hello guys, welcome to tutorial number 10, and in this tutorial we're going to learn how to simply add a game sound to our game, because right now our game has no sound, and even if you shoot down a player, you don't have any sound that displayed. So if I go ahead and shoot, I can't hear anything. So what I want to shoot is, whenever I shoot the bullet, I want a sound to be played, and whenever an enemy dies, I also want a sound to be played, right? That's what I want to implement in this part right here. So to do this, I'm going to be using Pygame for this. So we need to download a couple of sound files, and I'm going to send you a link where you can get where you can actually use the soundtracks that I use. Is the link in the description, or you can find go ahead and download your own soundtracks on the internet, and that would also work. Okay, so what I want to go ahead and do right now, let's go ahead and actually learn how to adding sound to our game. Okay, so I'm going to go into VS Code. I'm just going to exit out of this and then open up my VS Code. So I need to go ahead and actually get some sound that I can use for this. So I have the sound right. The first one is the teleportation sound, which I want to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop that in here. I also want to go ahead and I'm going to move this into my assets folder and then say move. I also want to use another sound, which is going to be let me just see. We're going to use another sound which is going to be called the background track, which is this right here. And this game this is just going to be playing in the background as we play the game. Okay, and then we're going to have another track which is going to be the shots whenever we shoot a bullet. Okay, so when we shot the .mp3, so I'm going to move that here as well, and then move them all into the assets folder. Okay, and then here as well. Okay, so the background track is going to be playing in the background. The shot is going to be this it's going to be displayed whenever we shoot down an alien aircraft, and then the short craft is going to be used whenever we crash into the alien craft, and then I think the teleportation sound is going to be used whenever we shoot the shooting sound. That's basically it. So let me just close this for now. So let me just go in here. So let's actually go ahead and actually load those things that we want to. So we're going to say we're going to import something from here, and it's going to be called add audio to game, just like that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to say from Pygame from Pygame, I'm going to actually import something called mixer. So it's called mixer, just like that. So we're going to import mixer. You're going to say mixer dot init, just like that. You're going to init the sound mixer. You're going to go ahead and add the background sound. So you say add this is going to be the background background sound. So this is a sound that will be playing in the background, so it's background sound or background music. I'm going to say mixer. So mixer mixer dot music dot load, and you're going to see me passing the part to this music file that you want. So it's going to be assets / I'm going to say background background track dot mp, I think it's mp3, right, or mp4. It's mp3. Okay, so I get loaded that in there, and I'm also going to go ahead and now play the sound. So I'm going to say mixer. This is how you can play the sound in Pygame. So mixer dot music dot play, and which music do you want to play? You want to play the music, and then you're going to say -1. So this music is going to be played continuously and not just once. So that's basically it. So we're already in the music, and you're simply telling Pygame to play this music continuously. It's not a sound, it's going to be a music that is going to be played continuously. Okay, and also look at sounds later on. So once we have this, actually let's try this out and see. Yeah, so if I'm in recording mode, the sound that basically doesn't work, but trust me, that's now the sound we should be playing in the background, because I'm recording mode, the sound does not you guys cannot hear the sound, but trust me, the sound is there. Okay, so once we have the sound already, the background track implemented, now let's go ahead and go ahead and implement the other soundtrack that you want. The first one is going to be the short sound, and the short sound is going to be, I'm going to say short underscore sound, and this is going to be equals to mixer dot sound, just like that, mixer dot sound, and then simply passing the part to that. So we say assets / tele I call it teleport.mp3. this teleport.mp3 file that we have here. So teleport.mp3 is going to be our short sound. I'm also going to have another sound variable here. So sound variable that's going to store the sound object. So this is going to be the crash sound, and this is going to be, I will say crash underscore sound. Crash underscore sound is going to be equals to this variable. We're going to assign it to mixer dot sound, and then providing the part to so we say assets / is going to be called short.mp 3, just like that. So we have that in place. So we have the shot, and this is going to be the value for it, and then you have the crash sound, and it's going to be the value for it as well. So now once we have this done, now we can call these values whenever we want to. So now let's first go ahead and learn how to call the shot. So whenever we shoot a bullet, we want this sound to play. So I'm going to go ahead, I can simply just copy that variable, and then we go down here and here where we are shooting the bullet. So here's where we are shooting the bullets, right? So you can play the sound right before shooting the bullet or after shooting the bullet. So I'm just going to play it just after shooting the bullets. So I'm going to say sound dot just before shooting the bullet, rather. So sound dot play, and that's going to go ahead and play that soundtrack. That's basically it. And for the other one that we need to work with is the crash sound, which is going to be displayed which is going to be shown whenever an alien craft dies. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the crash sound. So I've already created this, so I'm going to go ahead and see what we can. Let's see where we're going to use it. Whenever the enemy crashes, that's when I'm going to go ahead and simply call that crash sound. So therefore we need to detect collision. So let's look for the part where we're detecting the collision and simply play that sound right there. So this is the part where we're detecting the collision, so we can play that sound right here. So I can just say crash sound dot play, just like that, and that will play the soundtrack only once. So that's basically it, and that should play the soundtrack exactly once, and that's all we need to do. That's basically all we need to do for that to work. Yeah, that's basically it. So if I go back in the game now, you can hear the soundtrack because I'm recording, but trust me, the soundtrack is it should be working and should work. So yeah, that soundtrack should be playing in the background. Okay, so on your end you should be able to hear this because you're not recording anything like that, so you guys are supposed to be able to hear this. Okay, if you guys know any way that I can record a video while displaying, also be able to get access to my speakers to be recorded, then let me know. But for now it isn't recorded, so that's basically what we have to do to display the sound. That's basically it for this video. So the next video is going to be the very last video whereby we have the ending of the game, right? Whenever the enemies the alien crafts get around somewhere around here, then we can say game is already over because they are too close to the our player aircraft, right, our spaceship. So basically you can see the game is already over. So that's the only tutorial that you are left to implement, and we'll implement that in the next video. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Keep safe.